So in this one, they're talking about writing down parts of sample spaces. So the set that describes whatever they're asking you for A, B, C, D. So on a different one, you notice you had to write down the entire sample space for a 4-question true or false quiz. So you don't have to rewrite this necessarily, but I rewrote it here so we could look at it while we're doing this problem. So we're saying if this is all the possible options on a 4-question true-false quiz, it's nice to be able to see them all, because when I try to write down, let's say A, event 1, the student answers T to 2 out of 4 questions. I can go through my list and write down all the times where they answered true to 2 out of 4 questions. It just gives you something to start with instead of having to re-brainstorm every time. So you don't have to do it, but if you already have it there from the other question, it can be really useful. Okay, so this one. Definitely not 2 out of 4, not 2 out of 4, not 2 out of 4. Here's one that's 2 out of 4. So we could have 2 trues and 2 falses would meet this requirement of 2 out of 4 questions. That one's 3 out of 4. This one's 2 out of 4. So we could go true, false, true, false. This one's also 2 out of 4. So true, false, false, true. This one is 1 out of 4 for true. This one's 3 out of 4. Here's another 2 out of 4 one. So false, true, true, false. And then here's one, false, true, false, true. And this one's only got 1. This one's got 2. So false, false, true, true. And this one's only got 1. This one's only got 1, and that one has none. So there we wrote down all the times that there was 2 trues. Alright, so part B, write down a sample space for event 2. The student answers T to at least 2 out of 4 questions. Okay, so at least 2 would include all of these ones automatically, right? Because these are all the ones that have 2. And then at least 2 means 2 or more. So once I get these ones written down again, alright, so once I get these ones written down, I can go and find all the ones that have 3 or even 4 trues, because at least 2 means 2 or more. So here's all the ones where there's 2. Here's one where there's all 4 trues. I know there's only one of those, right? And so how about the times where there's 3 of them? Well, here's 3, so that's at least 2. Here's another one with 3 trues. True, true, false, true. Here's one that has 2, so that's already on our list. Here's another one with 3. So true, false, true, true. This one's got 2, so that's already on our list. 2 is already on our list. That one doesn't have enough, right? That's only got 1. Here's another one that has 3. So false and 3 trues. This one has 2, so already on our list. This one has 2, is already on the list. That one only has 1. This one has 2, so it's already on the list. This one doesn't have enough, just has 1, 1, none. So here's a list of all the ones that have 2 or more, meaning 2 or 3 or 4 trues. Okay, then part C, the student answers T to at most 2 out of 4 questions. So what does at most mean? So at most 2, you could have 0 trues then, or you could have 1, or you could have 2. So at most, but you can't have 3 or 4. So first, I do know I have a list of all the times where there's 2, right here. So I'll just copy this one down again. Okay, so there's copying down all the ones that have 2. So how about the ones that have 0 or 1 true? So this one has 4, that one has 3, that one has 3, this one has 2, so it's already on the list. That one has 3, 2, so we're looking for the 0 and 1 ones. Oh, here's one that has just 1 true, so true and 3 falses. And that one's got too many. That one has 2, so it's already on the list. That one has 2. Here's another one that only has 1. So false, true, false, false. Here's one that has 2. Here's another one that only has 1. Here's another one that only has 1. And then last, here's one that has 0 trues, which would fall under at most 2, so 0 or 1 or 2. All right, then the last one, the student answers true to the first 2 questions. So that one's a little more specific, so it might even be a smaller subset of this. Let's make room for our answer somewhere here. Okay, so part D. All right, so how many have true on the first 2? So it looks like that one, because it's got true on all of them. This one has it on the first 2. This one has it on the first 2. This one has it on the first 2. This one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't. All of these ones start with F, so they definitely don't have true on the first 2. So it looks like there's our list. So that's why it's easier if you're making lists that come from this larger one, so subsets of the bigger list. It's nice to look at the bigger list while you're doing it. It just makes it go quicker. So just a hint.